don't like loud women.
What century is this that some women think we still care what men say they don't like? Honey, we don't care. Oh, we really don't care. See, let me tell you something. When men say they want peace of mind from a woman, oftentimes what they really mean is that they want the freedom to cheat and misbehave and not be confronted.
Huh? Welcome to the S.Banks and the JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S.Banks, and I'm joined with my co-host,
JD.
Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Do modern women wreck their own homes?
Okay, so people probably think, what do we mean by that? I'm sure some people have heard that terminology before.
Yep.
Home wreckers. But what we mean is some people they wreck their own home.
Yeah.
Now, with some women and men, they are in a good situation, but they choose to, in my opinion, sometimes is to be selfish and mess their own self up. And then before you know it, the outcomes that they say they initially wanted, they don't get them in the end. So long story short, they're wrecking their own home. Now, we have 3 clips for you today, and we're going to play them one by one, come back, give you our thoughts. So without further delay, let's play clip number 1, and then we're going to come back and give you our thoughts. Here's clip number 1.
Let's say if you end up very unhappy, or maybe you're just like, something can just switch, you know, maybe you can just like, oh, I don't like him anymore. Would you stay married to him for the rest of your life? You're not sexually attracted. You don't like, he's just not funny anymore. You just don't like him anymore.
Do we have kids?
Yeah.
If we have kids, it's not about me anymore.
So you would rather see your children grow up in a home where parents are sleeping in separate bedrooms, they don't talk, they don't hold hands, they don't kiss.
I would rather see my kids grow up in a home where they're at every statistical advantage rather than statistical disadvantage. Because if the father is out of the home, that you put that kid at risk.
Why?
Because life is not easy. Like, it's you might think, you know, as a woman, like, oh, my kid's gonna be fine. Your child is just another human being in this world. The world is gonna show your kids that they're at a disadvantage.
And we were talking about it because we were talking about mental health the other day.
Yes.
And I was saying, like, mental health isn't a thing in my family. Like, we're all just happy people. And she says to me, that's because you had both parents in the home.
Okay, there was a lot said in that clip, and there's a lot to unpack. We will try to break down as much as we can. I'll start with this. Who agrees with the other 2 ladies, the ones that are saying they're not going to be selfish, and who agrees with the other lady that's saying, oh, if you're unhappy, why stay in a relationship where I'm unhappy, where my kids see mommy and daddy in separate rooms, as she paints it? Who's at fault? Who's wrong? Who's right? Put in the comments, guys. What do you lot think? In that said, what's your thoughts?
Well, I see where the lady is coming from, who is saying, what if you're not into your husband anymore, or it's not going well and blah, blah,
I'm not
blah.
happy.
Yes. So I get it as in for yourself. Like, I want to be happy. I want to be yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. That's fine. But just like the other lady asked, I forgot her name. She said, do we have kids in this situation, in this scenario?
Yeah.
She said, yes. So then when you become a parent, you have to get rid of all that selfishness. Can't be selfish. So my opinion, I'm on the other 2 ladies' side, as in you can't be selfish. You have to think of your children too.
So you're saying you're riding it out?
I would ride it out for as long as possible.
But women... Okay, women are leaving marriages. 80% of divorces are filed by the woman.
Yeah.
So women are, because look, if you look at people that older people, right, and they've been in 30-year marriages, 40-year marriages, 50-year marriages, right, and let's just say they've had a bad 2 years, that means you're going to mess up the rest of the 48 years that you could have had, because women are emotional. So you might be unhappy for that moment, and that moment might be a couple of years. But you can say to a woman, how do you feel? Okay, today is Monday. How do you feel Monday? She might say, I feel XYZ. Tuesday is ABC. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the how women can be is very temperamental. So that guy, oh, he's not doing it for me no more. But he was doing it previously. Why suddenly what's the change?
Exactly. So if you feel like that, sometimes it's not actually your partner, it's you. Sometimes it's you, and sometimes things for you have changed, or you feel different, or you feel whatever the case may be. It's not always the partner. Sometimes it is the partner where the partners change and they are not maybe who they used to be. But everybody grows year after year after year. We get older, we grow, we change. You know, that's just how it goes. But if you have a problem in your relationship and you've had a conversation with your partner and said, okay, cool, I'm not happy, blah, 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 this is where I'm at, and try to figure it out. And where she's kind of coming from, it doesn't sound like she has even taken that time to talk.
A lot of women haven't taken the time to break down their relationship. And how do you go from being married to having a boyfriend? So a lot of women have one, but they choose to be, wrecking their own home.
Yeah.
And modern women today are selfish. I think a woman's nature is selfish, right? But women today are selfish. They're entitled. And for me, it's about their wants and needs. That comes first. Forget their kids. Forget that my children is going to be at a disadvantage.
Exactly.
When you look at stats. So this is nothing that we've made up. This is actual facts, stats that prove that kids that come from a single parent household, they don't do so well. So why leave your kid at a disadvantage when you can just stick in it and just to make sure that those children have a greater outcome?
Exactly. So I would stick in it, although you may, okay, first of all, it's not always fireworks and candy floss and whatever every day, 24/7. It's not that in everyday life, not even just being in relationships.
It's not Christmas every day.
It's not Christmas. Exactly. So you can't be like, oh, because today I'm not happy, or for the past 3 months I ain't been happy. Okay, cool. How are you going to change that to be happy? What are you going to do? What things are you going to do to make yourself happy? And it's like, you can't, if you're in a marriage or a long-term relationship, it doesn't really matter. You have children, you need to think about your kids. Do you want the best for your children? So then if you know that having two parents in a household is better than having one, or separating, or your kids stay with you 3 days of the week, the dad 4 days of the week, whatever the case may be.
That dynamic can work. So for example, if the parents have broken up, one parent's in one house, the other parent's is in the other house. It can work if you're very hands-on, but the likeliness is highly unlikely that the kid's going to turn out to how you want them to.
See, okay, I get what you mean. As in, if you're very hands-on, I get that. But if from the get-go you had those children and you was all in the same household, and then unless you separated when they was very young to where they're not going to remember,
doesn't matter, they're going to be at a disadvantage.
Of course, I don't disagree that. I'm just saying, unless you split up when they was very young, they don't remember you splitting up. They don't remember ever being in the same house. It's different. But if they have grown up to a certain age to where they know that mommy and daddy was in the same house, and then you split, that's the issue there. That separation. Daddy's over here, mommy's over here. We're not all in the same house anymore. Do you know what's funny? I just want to say this quickly. I never used to get, you see, some kids who was lucky enough to have mommy and daddy as in a marriage, and then they get divorced, and then I'm clearly saying my parents weren't married, but I'm saying
you come from a single parent household.
I come from a single parent house. Yes. So I never used to understand why that child is like, oh my God, like my parents are getting a divorce and crying and acting out crazy. And I never used to understand it. It's like, what? Like, what's the problem? Do you see what I mean? But as I got older, it's like, obviously,
you get it now.
I'm a lot older, but I'm saying I get it. It's like, oh, because you lot was a unit and your parents were together,
Yes.
and then now you're separating, and that, you
Yes.
know,
But and I hear you, and I've seen that myself as well. But for me, like, look, women are leaving. They're
mhm,
wrecking their own homes,
mhm,
and for me, when daddies are not in the household,
mhm.
you lose the four P's:
Protection.
the
Yep.
protection, providing, provision, so and so forth, right? And we'll play a clip. There's two clips that we got that shows when men are not in the household, when your young boys do not have an example
Mm,
of what a man is supposed to be. The your daughters don't know how they're supposed to treat a man. They think
mhm.
this is normal. Miss Queen, Miss Independent, yada yada yada. We'll play those clips and come back.
Sincerely believe that only men can make boys men. Now, don't misquote me. I didn't say that a single female parent or female teacher cannot rear or educate her child, but she need not do that by herself. What you call upon her father, her brother, an uncle, a male neighbor, a nephew, a coworker, there needs to be some men in our children's lives. I want you to explain to me how a boy is going to grow up to be a man if he's never seen any. In order to be anything, you must see it first.
It is important not to have children out of wedlock, and especially if you're not going to be involved in your child's life. Don't believe me, listen to the stats. First stat reads 62% of youth without a father, runaways, 90% of all homeless and runaway youth don't have a daddy at home. Behavioral disorders, 85% of all children that exhibit behavioral disorders don't have a daddy. High school dropouts, 71% of all high school dropouts don't have a daddy in their life. Juvenile detention rates, 70% of juveniles in state-operated institutions, they ain't got a daddy at home. Substance abuse, 75% of adolescent patients in substance abuse centers don't have a daddy. Last one, aggression, 75% motivated by displaced anger don't have a daddy.
Let's talk about surviving mommy.
Mhm,
Because some women are selfish.
mhm.
Then they make poor choices. They thought, oh, I got options, so I'm leaving. They leave. Cool. That's the dynamic. Now they think, based on the guys that want to smash,
Mhm.
he wants to be with me. Now you realize as you're older, that's not the case. I'm lonely, misery needs company. I'm going to sabotage my daughter. I'm going to make my daughter a wife, or the wife daughter, however you want to put it.
Mhm.
And then you're going to make the son husband. Before you know it, they can never live their life. The only time that they can live their lives or begin to go on in life is when mommy no longer exists there.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, in a lot of people's situation, that's the dynamic, sadly,
Mm,
to where, their mums are kind of selfish. And it's like,
kind of. Come
well,
on.
yes, obviously their mums are selfish. So they want you to stay in the house for as long as possible so that they can get whatever they need out of you. And then when you
Mm,
leave, is that, what the hell do you think you're doing? What
yeah,
about me? And
yeah,
it's like, brethren, I'm an adult. It's
yeah.
time for me to leave the nest and do what I gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
I will come and visit you, see you, help you, whatever. But a lot of parents, or not, I'm gonna say more say mums, they're
Yeah,
just very selfish.
yeah. I agree with that, but I'll just say, look, women are leaving.
Mhm.
The men, don't really have the power in today's matriarchy society, even though, yeah, it is a patriarchy construct.
Mhm.
And without that, society won't,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. But I'm just saying that women are leaving their relationships, and we're seeing that single parent households, those kids are at a disadvantage.
They are.
And I think more women need to think about, you know what, let me swallow my pride. I'm unhappy. Tomorrow you be happy. Ride this thing out, man. You never know. They might be one of those people where, you know what, I've been with this person 50 years. I'm happy in the end. That's my final thought on it. What else do you want to say before we jump to the next clip?
I'm finishing. Don't have anything more to say
Okay,
on
cool.
that.
People, don't forget to put in the comments what's your thoughts. Maybe you're a child that has come from single parent households. Maybe you can touch on some of the things that we initially said. But it is what it is, man.
Yep.
I just think some women wreck their own homes. You
Yeah.
know, if you have a baby, that's a marriage. If you get pregnant out of wedlock, that's you could have been married. You should require marriage before getting pregnant.
A lot of them don't.
But we don't
require
have
anything.
examples.
Yeah.
Just like I was saying in the daddy clip, if men don't have examples how to be men, hey, I'm just saying that's just some food for thought.
And
Let's go on.
don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah. Here's clip number 2 anyway.
Men don't like loud women.
What century is this that some women think we still care what men say they don't like? Honey, we don't care. Oh. We really don't care. See, let me tell you something. When men say they want peace of mind from a woman, oftentimes what they really mean is that they want the freedom to cheat and misbehave and not be confronted. They want to leave all the domestic chores and nurturing duties on you, not pull their weight, still live as single men and not be held accountable. It's as simple as that. So the rest of us, we have moved on. We have moved on from pandering because we've seen exactly what men do to even women who are silent. We do not care. Honey, you are on your own, oh? You are on your own. The rest of us moved on.
Okay. I'll let you take this one. Ladies first. What's your thoughts?
I just think that she was just trying to find any excuse to make a video. That's just how it sounded to me. It's like, let me just talk about this or whatever and try and get some clout or try and get some attention or whatever. It's like, what's the point of you making this video?
She was pandering just to get some views, get some clouts, to make some money.
That's how it came across to me.
My thing is this. Women keep women single.
Yeah, they do.
Now, Becky, in the beginning, was saying, this is what men want. Then she goes, who cares what men want? So who cares what you want? Whenever did a relationship work when it was just one-sided?
It doesn't.
When was it ever healthy?
It's not.
Now, if women, when I say women keep women single, if you listen to women like this, you're talking about pandering. Now, by her saying what she's saying, right? Did she get the outcomes that she wanted? And let's just say she did. Is your average woman going to get the same outcomes based on her information?
No.
I'm just saying, it's food for thought. Ladies, put in the comments. Do you think listening to this chick, second chick, do you think you're going to get the outcomes that you want? Put in the comments. Have you?
Yeah, that's a question that you need to think about. I don't think men care if you want to go elsewhere. I think a lot of women forget that there's more women than men. If you, like herself, want to go over to this side, I think men is like, well, go then. I have multiple options over here.
But that's certain kinds of men. So
of course.
Let's just say top 20% of men. Most women want them. Now, if she's saying that I don't know how to be quiet, I don't know how to be submissive, I don't know how to be just a woman.
Well, I don't want to.
Because they're even arguing now, what is a woman?
Okay.
They're arguing what is woman. So most women don't know how to be that. And what they are nowadays is they're masculine. And most men are saying, I'm opting out. I'm going my own way. I don't choose to deal with these women. Let me grab my passports. Let me fly to another country, go abroad, and I'll deal with the women over there. Women in the West argue and they say, oh, those women want you for your money. But I go back to my first point. Most women want top tier guys. So you want me for my money too.
How's it any different?
So then if I'm going to get a better deal for my money, I go where I'm appreciated.
Wanted.
Where I'm appreciated, where I'm wanted. However you want to chop it and slice it. They're feeling me, man.
Yeah.
I'm over there.
I think even for the guys that don't have like crazy options like that, they still have other options though. I think if a man, you just do a little bit of sprucing up, it don't have to be anything crazy. Just fix up yourself a bit, cut your hair regular. What's that? Cut your hair often, you know, dress properly or whatever,
Yeah, the
and
simple basics.
you know, simple basic things, you can get more women. But for these chicks, it's like,
whether he's that or not, he still don't need to take that.
no, that's what do you know how many women there are compared to
yeah, but
men?
a woman saying, I don't care what you want. Who
See,
cares what you
even
want?
those guys who can't get women like that, even they don't want them, because it's like, you're saying you don't care what I want, like you're not bothered about what I want. Why would I take you on?
Yeah, but a lot of women, they are led by feminism and they think, oh, I'm 45, I still got it. Because you're still youthful and some do look good. Oh, I'm 50. Oh, you starting to feel it. By 60, they learn. Then it's too late. Then they're feeling the pressure. You know, friends that they have been married. They've got
For multiple
grandkids.
years. Yeah.
They're doing their thing. And now you just the odd. You the third wheel. Because you're just that chick. Everyone knows you like, oh, okay, cool. She's always got some link. You're not going to be in a committed relationship. You're just that chick over there.
But then become jealous and, I wanted children, but you can't have any children now. Or you can't, or no man wants to take you seriously because you're older.
And you've been on the CC wheel.
Exactly.
Same.
But, you know, whatever tickles your fancy. Like, whatever tickles your fancy is like, mate.
It is what it is, man. I ain't knocking nobody. Do what you do. If you want to listen to women like this, if you want to listen to women that say things of that nature, I don't care what a man wants. It's all about me. You got to meet me up at my standard. That's fine. You can think that. Doesn't mean you're gonna get the outcomes that you want.
Exactly.
You're gonna have one or two women that slip between the cracks, and they're gonna get that kind of outcome.
But that's them.
They go off of the Ciara's prayer. Okay, cool. Ciara's a celebrity. She's in those circles. But your average woman is not. So women have been sold a dream 60, 70 years ago. We now know they were gassing you.
Yeah.
So the choice is yours now. It's what you want to do.
The information is out there. It's whether you choose to follow it or not follow it.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to add anything more. We got a third clip for you and we're going to close out. But what do you want to add before we jump to the next clip?
We can jump to the next clip.
Okay, there wasn't much to say on that one. Ladies, don't listen to these chicks. They're only gassing you, pandering to you. They're trying to get views, maybe sell you a book. More time. You know, sometimes a lot of women might not like male spaces, but they're looking.
Yeah.
And they're saying, you know what? I've listened to these women and I'm not getting the outcomes. But they listen to the male space and say, maybe you got some chicks, right? Even that chick, right, that we played in the first clip. I can't remember her name, but she's I can't remember her name. Anyways, the Latino Hispanic one, right? And she goes, I listened to Kevin Samuels. Now, the outcome that I want, I've got.
Yes.
She's married now.
Yes.
Listen to the men. That's free game. Anyways, in that being said, let's play clip number 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways,
one of those ones.
Yeah. Let's play clip number 3.
This is probably reason number 500,000 of why I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. And I'm fine with that. I don't want to do anything for you. I don't want to cook for you. I don't want to clean for you. I don't want to be your secretary and set your appointments and chase you around and make you go because of your health. I don't want to pick up your socks for you. I don't want to be one of those people who comes on TikToks and makes funny videos about how you can't do anything for yourself and men do the darndest things and everybody's in the comments like, yeah, my husband does that too. My boyfriend does that too. Fuck that. I want to be with somebody who is an adult, a fully functioning adult. It's been proven time and time again that men are the ones who benefit from marriage and relationships because we get in them and we do everything and they just get to sit back and receive everything from us. And then as a treat, they might do something for our birthday or for Mother's Day. Men get to exist in relationships and just receive. Why can't we exist together? And if we do nice things for each other, it's just organic. It just happens. But it's not the expectation. It's not something I have to do because I'm the woman. When I come home after a long day, I don't want to cook either. I don't want to do shit either. Why can't we flip a coin to see who cooks, or if we order food, and then whoever cooks, the other person cleans? Why can't you pick up after yourself? Why can't you set your own appointments? Why do I have to be your secretary? I'm not working for you. I have gotten so lazy. I'm not doing anything. And then there are men who will say, well, then what are you good for? What's the reason why someone should be with you? You're proving my point. You just want to be with somebody to do everything for you. I want to be with a fully functioning adult male who we can come together and exist together, do fun stuff together. We take turns. We pull our own weight. And that seems to be unreasonable. That's asking someone to be an adult is unreasonable. I don't even want a cat. I don't even want a pet. I have a plant. I'll be a plant lady. I will be happy. I will not take care of a grown person. I won't.
Okay. That's the end of that clip.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you start. What's your thoughts?
Well, she definitely showed where she's at.
And I'm glad about that.
Exactly. What is there to say? She's showed where she's at. So fellas, don't date her. If you see her, leave her alone. She's telling you she ain't gonna do S for you. Nothing at all. She's saying she don't want to take care of a grown man. I could have swear you give and take. You do things for each other. When has it ever been 90, 10, 90%, 10%? So her giving 90%, him giving 10%.
But it makes you think, what kind of guys
Who you chatting to?
has she been
Exactly
dealing with? If you're saying, because in turn what you're saying, you're insinuating that most men that you deal with are low caliber men, and you've always basically they're your child.
Yeah.
Or you've had to treat them as such.
Or
that's in turn what you're saying.
Men. Like what the hell? I'm sorry, but you're saying, oh, she wants to be. She said she's been lazy. She's being lazy or whatever.
Keyword. I'm lazy.
Exactly.
Western women today are lazy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do nothing.
Selfish.
That's
and lazy.
fine. I'm glad she told on herself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining. I'm not mad at her.
I'm not mad at her either. She just made it a million times easier for the women who don't mind doing things for her man, more easy to get. Because it's like, okay, you showed your position. You stay over there then.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, okay, like, it's fine. That's how she wants to live. She wants to be a plant lady. Leave her to it. Be the plant lady.
She mentioned a pet. What was it, a cat?
She said she don't want no cat, no pet. She's got a plant. She'll be a plant lady.
I just want to water my plants. Okay, cool. She told on herself, I'm not going to kill it too much. I'm just going to ask a series of questions and answer them from a female's perspective, and people put in the comments, what's your thoughts? So I'll start with this. Catering to a man nowadays is like a dirty word. What's your thoughts on that?
Catering to a man.
Nowadays is like a dirty word. Where do you stand on that?
Okay, nowadays, yes. A lot of women do see it as a dirty word. It's like, ugh, cater, are you crazy? Cater to who? That's the attitude, right? Cater to, ain't catering for no man. Like, let's go back to the song by Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Let me cater to you. That's one of that song was a
It's
hit
dope,
to
it's
me.
dope to you,
Yes.
but it's like hearing scraping on a board
To them, yeah.
to them.
It's the
It's
opposite.
horrible. It's a dirty word.
I personally don't see a problem with the word. The word is not dirty to me. Doing the actions of catering is not an issue to me. That's fine. But the modern women, it's a
So-
problem to you lot for some reason.
That's what she was saying, right?
Mhm.
Let me say something else. They don't want to compete for a man.
That's because they're lazy, like she
So
said.
she's lazy. I agree with that. And the very same men that they say they want, they don't want to compete for. Compete for who? But he's got to meet me up at her standard because that's how her mentor's at.
Mhm.
That's a joke to me. Where do you stand on?
She don't
competing
want
for
to
men?
compete because she's lazy. She wants everything handed to her. But
Yeah.
the thing is, there's lots of other women. Okay, a lot of modern women do think like she does, but there's also a lot of women who don't think like she does, and they are willing to compete. They're like, "Are you crazy? This man, he's a keeper. I'm gonna compete for this man." For her and other women like her, they're like, "I ain't competing for no man." That's up to you. Like I said,
But you can have your womb though.
yeah. There's no problem opening the legs at Tower Bridge. It's fine. But catering, doing anything for your man is a problem. But you would give him the most valuable thing you can give to a man. Okay,
Your womb.
that's up to you.
Okay,
Do that.
cool.
Do you see what I mean?
That's cool. That's another thing. They want a millionaire, but they don't want to fix him a plate. She don't cook. She don't cook. She don't clean.
Mhm.
But she wants the ring. So I don't see how that's gonna work. So a dude that has money, high value, has options. So okay, she is a black woman in that clip, right? Or she looked mixed, but I'm gonna say she's black. And let's just say she wants a black man. But then he's a millionaire. So this means he can date out and have other women that are willing to compete.
There's multiple options.
That will fix him a plate. And the first question I asked was, she's willing to cater to him and she's gonna be that woman for him. So she's gonna stand out. You can call him all kinds of names and you can use his sign language, but you are a millionaire, but you don't want to fix him a plate. What's your thoughts in simply fixing your man a plate?
Well, just like you have to eat, I'm sure your man would like to eat also. What is the issue? Okay, you're cooking dinner. You dish your food. What's so hard in dishing him food? Here you go, darling.
I remember once,
What's
right,
the issue?
women used to stand out. And that's a form of competing. I can cook, I can clean, I'm loyal, I'm submissive, I'm a good woman. I'm doing something that's natural to them
Exactly.
as a female, right? Now they want to compete with men and they want to do everything that's masculine, the opposite of what they truly are in nature. It's crazy to me. All right, let's move along. Submission today now means slavery. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's true. They do see it as slavery. Don't know why, but a lot of women see submission
Feminism.
as slavery.
The culture,
I get
the
that.
environment. So yeah.
For me, it's like, think for yourself. Like, I understand the culture. You know, you get brainwashed and everything else. I get that. But it's like, try to think for yourself also. Like, is this right for you? Like, think for yourself. Like,
So
they see it as
you won't cook, you won't clean, you won't give your man a plate, you give him your guts, he can have your womb, but then where you draw the line is bringing him a plate of food. Okay, at least make sense.
Yes. The thing is, look, there's lots of cultures, they're raised to serve their men. They're raised that way. So
Well, men got to put their life on the line.
men
So,
have to do all sorts of things.
you fix
Why-
me a plate, I go out to war. It's not. It doesn't equate. To the
It
same
doesn't
thing.
equate. What's so hard in fixing a plate?
You hear that
Kids-
loud bang at night?
Exactly.
I
You
have to
lot
deal
give
with
your
that.
life all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Women like this woman,
Just saying.
she don't value what men do for women, innit? So I don't know who she's been messing around with. but clearly
Them
it ain't been a
F-boys.
man of like standard, like some standard,
And
like
maybe he has been of standard, but she said it herself.
she,
He's
yeah.
lazy.
Well, clearly she's the problem. She can say whatever she's saying, but from what she said, you're
Yeah.
you're the problem.
What about she also mentioned men benefiting in relationships more than the
More.
women. And we come on, we both know that men just want to smash. Sometimes men get in relationships so they can have a regular smash, right?
Mhm.
Men actually lose when they get in relationships. Men only get in relationships so they can have children, i.e., a legacy.
Mhm.
So women benefit more from relationships.
Mhm.
I was thinking, what the F are you talking about? I disagree with that.
So do I.
People, put in the comments who benefits more from a relationship. And I'm not talking no anecdotal experience where you got some idiot dude and he don't do ish for you. And you talk about, oh, I done this for him, blah, blah, blah. Generally, if it's a rational, good relationship and you're a rational thinker, who benefits more, the man or the woman? Put in the comments. What do you think anyway?
The woman benefits more in a relationship, and you kind of said it all. It's like like, this is not rocket science. Like, what the hell?
The summit is, mate.
It's
The
not
summit
rocket
is.
science. The woman benefits more. Just like if you used to get married, the man. What is the man benefiting? Like,
He ain't getting nothing. The trade off is whack. What, some coochie?
exactly. Men typically you just want a beat, a regular beat.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you said, legacy. So you want children as well. But I'm saying women get it all. Like the man goes out to work, does everything else. You, if we're thinking about it in a traditional way, you are at home with the kids, get to just live freely, do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Unless, okay, some women may want to work or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, traditional relationships, she wouldn't typically work, but she'll have hobbies. So she'll
Yeah.
have things that she will do to bide her time, things
So
that she likes.
So she's happy in case she leaves. Just say.
Look, the women benefit more. That's not rocket science. I
Mhm.
think.
Mhm. It's true. It's true. But for me, last thing I'll say on that is this: I'm glad she came forward. A lot of women nowadays, social media, they tell on themselves.
Yes.
I'm happy for that.
All the
Thank you,
time.
man. I appreciate you. I like the look of you. I was about to wife for you, but now you've told on yourself, I just want the gut still though. And some men may say, you know what? Abort mission.
Mhm.
I don't think you're worth it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go for these guts because you look like you're too problematic. And you got all these Me Too movements, all these other hashtag this and
Some men won't even take the guts, like you said, and also because we know that accidents happen, and some men is
Yeah.
like, I'm not even gonna take that chance of possibly getting you pregnant. Hell no.
She looked good, but I
But
don't.
not that good.
No, she looked no. She looked good,
Not that good.
but she's not that good enough for me to impregnate.
Exactly.
But then pleasure to the skin, right? And sometimes we slip up. But
Sometimes.
again, she told on herself, and I'm happy. She can have a plant, you know.
And
I
live
don't know.
happily
Was
ever
it
after with
aloe
it.
vera we got?
Uh-huh.
So she can have a plant. She can have a companion, which is going to be a plant because she's too lazy to even look after a dog or a cat. Men, you have to think: is this the kind of woman that I'm gonna sign up for? Ladies, I'll say this: is this the kind of woman that you want to see as your role model? When younger women today, is this who you want to become, or is this the kind of talk you want to be spewing when you're older? Is that your destiny in the end? Put in the comments, what do you guys think? I'm glad she told on herself.
Yeah.
That's my final thought. What do you want to add before we close out?
I would just say she's made it a lot easier for other women
Yeah.
to, get into relationships. She's made it clear. The man sees that. It's like, all right, cool. I know not to mess with you. I'm going to mess with this chick here because she wants to cater. She wants to do all sorts of things for me. You don't. Cool. So I would just say she's made it easier
Yep.
for a lot of women.
So
So
men can decipher who's who. Thank you for that.
Yes.
You the side chick, bust it wide open.
You ain't said-
I
you
love
ain't the
that
side
shit.
chick.
No, so she gonna be the side chick or the linkage or the mistress. She's too lazy to be that, so you're just gonna bust it wide
the
open.
link. Yeah.
Do go and do what they do. it is what it is.
Extremely slow Tuesday,
Yeah,
if that. And like I said, some men wouldn't even take the chance to even do that with her.
exactly. Anyways, we've come to the end.
Yep.
Put in the comments what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
We out. Peace, and we'll see you in the next one.